Good evening, all of you. Today we are discussing about what is the role of database in the project. Role of database in a project. First point, Oracle versions. Second point, third point is what is SQL? These three topics we are discussing today. Before going to first topic, just let me recall yesterday concept, just 2 minutes. What is Oracle? It is a database. It is also known as RDBMS. Oracle is a database software from the company Oracle. The latest version of Oracle is 19C. Okay, what is the use of database? Any database is useful to store data, access data, and manage data. This is the purpose of any database. Is there any examples of other RDBMS? Yes. From different companies, we have different RDBMS. That is Oracle from Oracle company, SQL Server from Microsoft, DB2 from IBM, Postgres from Postgres company, and etc. Different databases from different companies. According to your business requirement, you can use any RDBMS software. Okay, what is the purpose of database? Store data, access data, manage data. Where is the data? From where we are getting data? The data is generating from business. Data always generating from business. Business is a collection of objects and activities. Business is a collection of objects and activities. From each object, data will be generated. From each business transaction, data will be generated. Again, from each business object and from each business transaction, the data will be generated. What is the example for business object? What is the example for business object? These are the business objects, employees and departments and products and also customers. These are called as objects. If I consider any product, if we consider any product, product ID, product name, cost of the product, manufacturing date, warranty, description of the product. So this is information related to product. What is business transaction? Product is object. Object has information. Similarly, what is business transaction? One of the business transaction is deposit money, withdraw money. Suppose deposit money. What are the details in that transaction? Your card number, your account number, your account balance, how much amount you are withdrawing, date of withdrawal, time of withdrawal, in which machine, from which machine you are withdrawing. This is the information in your withdrawal operation. Withdrawal is a business transaction. So from each business transaction, from each business object, the data is generating. That data saved under database server. Just see the black color arrow marks. The data saved under database server. Okay, so all the data is ready. So you can manage data according to your everyday transactions. You can manage data according to your everyday transactions. How to manage? By using programs. Who will write programs? The programs written by database developers. How to write a program? By using SQL and also by using PLSQL. So if you want to manage your business data, you should write programs. The programs can be written by using SQL and PLSQL. Okay, now let me explain. This is the use of database. This is the use of database. Let me explain role of database. What is the role of database in the project? So before going to that, let me discuss about versions of Oracle. Versions of Oracle. What is the latest version we are discussing actually? Latest version is Oracle 19c. Latest version is Oracle 19c. Come to here. Let me coming from beginning of Oracle history. Oracle company actually started in 1977. At that time, the company name is Relational Software Incorporation. Relational Software Incorporation. After 2 years, means in 1979, the company name was changed as Oracle Corporation. So in 1979, they released first version of Oracle. So 79, 80, 81, year by year, they are releasing new versions. But until 1986, until 7 years, the Oracle database software was not successful until 1986. Up to 7 years, the Oracle database was not successful in the business. Why? Because the software is unable to perform some operations. So at that time, in 1986, finally, they released the version Oracle 7. So Oracle 7 is the first database version, Oracle database version that was commercially successful database. So after Oracle 7, they released Oracle 8. 7 and 8, both are what type of databases? Standalone RDBMS. What type of databases? Standalone RDBMS. What is standalone RDBMS? Simple. They are not supporting online data accessing applications. They are not supporting online data accessing or data management applications. Means you are unable to access data in online. You are unable to access data in online. That is the problem under Oracle 7 and 8. After that, they released Oracle 8i. I stands for Internet Applications. I stands for Internet Applications. What is Internet Application? Internet application is nothing but web page. Yesterday we discussed through web page. Can we access data nowadays? Yes. Suppose if I open any business web page, this is amazon.in. Amazon.in. If I select any one item, so the item related information, are you able to see here? Yes. So this is the information of your product. So means what is this actually? This environment is a web page. This environment is a web page. Through web pages, you are able to access data in online. So from 8i onwards, online data processing is possible. See, later they released 9i. So from 9i, 9i is also same as supporting internet applications along with new features. Along with new features. What are the new features? Or e-business development tools, and they introduced something like uh, associative arrays, associative array, materialized views. Those 2 points were introduced from Oracle 9i. After that, Oracle 10G. What is the next software? Next version, Oracle 10G. G stands for grid database, grid technology. What is grid? Immediately we have a doubt, sir, what is grid? Let me explain that point here. What is grid? Grid means it is a server. Grid is a database server. Listen carefully. Let us assume this is a grid. This is known as a grid. Okay. So if you have business, the business has 3 branches. Assume that if you have business, the business has 3 branches. In each branch, the data is generating. In each branch, the data is generating. So for the 3 branches, I am maintaining 3 servers. For the 3 branches, I am maintaining 3 servers. So this is called as server 2. Second one is server 2 and third one is server 3. All these servers interacting with grid system. All these servers connected with grid system. So what is the responsibility of the grid? What is the responsibility of the grid? Grid will provide communication between one server to another server. Here I am writing that points. What is the responsibility of the grid? Providing communication between server to server. This is first benefit of grid technology. Second benefit, balancing load, or it is called as load balancing. Load balancing. These are the 2 advantages by using grid database. Suppose all of the sudden, if workload or data load is very heavy here, that load will be controlled by whom? Grid. Suppose all of the sudden the server was down, something went wrong in the server was down, but business cannot be down at all until and unless nowadays we have something corona lockdown effect. Until and unless, like in these days, complete business lockdown. But generally business never locked down, never stopped, never down. Always business is a running entity. Okay. But all of the sudden server is not ready to take data. Business is running means data generating. That data received by server, but your server was stopped or hanged or down. then who will take the responsibility? Grid will comes into the picture. It is ready to receive your business data. Grid is taking the responsibility. Okay. So these are the benefits of grid technology. I hope you understand up to here. This is 10G. 10G. Then what about 11G? What is the next version? Oracle 11G. 11G is also stands for grid technology. Sir, 10G is also grid technology. 11G is also grid technology. What is the difference between these two? Listen carefully, guys. 11G. You can use Oracle 11G as OLTP database as well as OLAP database. Again, I'm repeating. You can use Oracle 11G as OLTP database as well as OLAP database. Sir, what is OLTP and what is OLAP? If you want to understand that, you need to see one diagram. Now I am coming to this point, guys. What is the role of database in a project? What is the topic we are discussing? Oracle versions. As part of Oracle versions, we are discussing Oracle 11G. If you want to understand 11G concept, we should understand the role of database in a project. Okay, in your companies, suppose if you are working in a company, okay, whenever you are working in a company, if you are working on any database, any project, if you are working on any project, then there you can see two types of databases. You can see two types of databases. See this diagram, guys. You are working on a project. Listen carefully. If you have doubts, immediately ask me or type some question in the chat. See, if you are working in a project, definitely project is related to business. Project was related to business. Okay. How to communicate with the business generally? Every business has users. Users means employees, customers, higher level management. Employees, customers, higher level management. All the people are known as users. Users communicate with the business through web pages. These are called as web pages. So if any user make a request in the web page, if any user make a request in the web page, the request is processed under backend database server. The request was processed under backend database server. So now you are here. You are here. Your request is processed. Again, the result of the request displayed on the web page. User request processed under database server. The result will be displayed again on web page. These databases are called as, what is this? See here. What is this? OLTP, online transaction processing. Online transaction processing. Sir, what is OLTP? OLTP databases contains current data or transactional data or everyday data. Sir, we didn't understand. See, again I am repeating and I am changing the explanation. Listen carefully. Generally, every business maintain the data periodically. Every business maintain the data periodically. Okay. What is a period? Quarter, first 3 months, January, February, March, first quarter. April, May, June, second quarter. July, August, September, third quarter. October, November, December, fourth quarter. Every year you have 4 quarters. Okay. January 1st to March 31st. January 1st to March 31st. The business data stored at this place. At midnight to 12 o'clock, March 31st, midnight to 12 o'clock, the data loaded into data warehouse. March 31st completed. Okay. April 1st started. Whenever April 1st started, the data stored here from April 1st. So April 1st to end of the June, the data is available at these places. In these places, the data is available. Present, what is our month? April month. April month is coming under quarter 2. April month is coming under quarter 2. So quarter 2 data is available in these databases. Quarter 2 data is available under OLTP. Sir, what about quarter 1 data? And what about last year data? What about before last year data? You have started business 10 years back. 10 years back you have started your business. But what I am saying, only present quarter data is available. Only present quarter data is available here. What about old data? All your old data loaded into data warehouse. Understand? Sir, why should I maintain data warehouse? If I maintain all the data at one place, what will happen? Think generally. If I did not maintain data periodically, what will happen? One best example I am giving. You have the nodes. Assume that you have the nodes. So Java nodes, Oracle nodes, Linux nodes, Python nodes, all information I am maintaining under one nodes. In future, what will happen? It is very much difficult to search your information. And the size of the book is also becoming very big. Data searching is difficult. Okay, see, that's why always we have to maintain the data. The data is always maintained periodically. The common business period is quarter. At the end of each quarter, the data will be loaded into data warehouse. So under OLTP databases at this place, these places, okay, at these places, only current business period data we will maintain. The old business period data is maintaining under data warehouse. The data warehouse is also a database. Remember, data warehouse is also one type of database. What type of database? OLAP, online analytical processing. Online analytical processing. No, for the data warehouse also quarter only, Dhananjay. For the data warehouse also we have to follow business period quarter only. So just today, no, I think One of the company, Axis Bank. I think everybody is familiar with Axis Bank, all of you. Today, Axis Bank Q4 2019 Q4 results released. If you have doubt, verify after the class, verify in the Google. And Axis Bank got some losses also there, 1780 crores something loss is there. And similarly, IndusInd Bank results also released, I think yesterday evening. So IndusInd Bank results are 77% profit present. In which period? Q4 of 2019. I'm talking about. So that's why every business maintain the data periodically. That period is quarter only. In case, no sir, according to my business, I want to maintain data yearly. Yes, you can maintain, no problem. That depends on your business data. Some people, no sir, every day huge amount of data generating. Suppose every day huge amount of data generating, then you should maintain data weekly. Generally, common business period is quarter. Some people maintain weekly, some people maintain monthly, some people quarterly, some people half yearly, some people yearly also. Right. Let us coming to my point, guys. So anyway, why are you using data warehouse means if I maintain all the data at one place, database performance will be decreased. That's why the project people are maintaining data warehouse, completed business period data under data warehouse, running business period data under database. Any questions, guys? Okay, I have a question. Listen carefully. Sir, why should I maintain old data? Yesterday, my business completed. Suppose Q1 completed. Why should I maintain old data? Always my priority with current data. Anybody? Very good. Anmol, right answer. So your one of your friend Anmol is saying, sir, to analyze our business growth. The answer is to analyze our business growth. That is the right answer. Yes, exactly. Naveen, you are also right. If you may, suppose yesterday 1 lakh income, listen, today 2 lakhs income. Yesterday to today, your business increasing or decreasing? Increasing. How do you say? If you compare current value with the old value, if you are comparing current profit with old profit, then you can decide your business is increasing or decreasing. So that's why for your business analysis purpose, compulsory we have to maintain old data under data warehouse. So data warehouse data is useful. Data warehouse data is useful for analysis purpose. And current database is useful. Exactly, David Gebre. Yeah. See, current data is saved under transaction data. To store current transactional data, use OLTP. So present from where you came here, actually, we are discussing about 11G. You can set up 11G as a OLTP database, and also you can use 11G as data warehouse. What is the exact meaning is Oracle 11G is supporting online transactional databases and also online analytical processing also. From Oracle 11G. Before Oracle 11G, what are the old versions? 10G, 9i, 8i. So before 11G, you can use Oracle only as OLTP. They are not supporting OLTP, OLAP. But from 11G onwards, they are also supporting OLAP operations. Why? Because 11G software was released with OWB tool. What is OWB? Oracle Warehouse Builder. Oracle Warehouse Builder. It is useful to build data warehouse. Generally, Oracle is useful to build a database. But from Oracle 11G, you can build a database as well as you can also build data warehouse. That's why I touch this point. And here, one of the interview question. What is RDBMS? Relational Database Management System. Relational Database Management System. Immediately, you will get a question. How many types of RDBMS? How many types of RDBMS? You should say two. First one OLTP, second one OLAP. OLTP and OLAP. And one last point, listen, after 3 months period, quarter completed, assume that after 3 months period, the data loaded into data warehouse. Data loaded into data warehouse from each database, okay? Okay, listen carefully guys. The process of this loading process, the operation of this loading process is called as, listen carefully, ETL process. The process of loading data from OLTP into OLAP, that is called as ETL process. Don't miss that point. And what is ETL? So many people confusing, sir, what is ETL? Nothing is there. ETL means extraction, transformation, loading. Extracting, taking data. Take data from OLTP systems. Transformation, apply some changes. And finally, load data into data warehouse. Load data into data warehouse. Finish. I hope you understand the concept. So in any project, you can see two types of RDBMS. From Oracle 11G, you can build a database using 11G, and also you can build warehouse by using 11G. After that, grid technology completed. Now, Oracle 12C. C stands for cloud technology. Sir, what is cloud? C stands for cloud technology. What is cloud? How it look like? Let me explain that point right now. So see guys, this is Oracle 10G or 11G. Oracle 10G or 11G. Okay. Now I am talking about Oracle 12C. Didn't understand the Dhananjay. I didn't understand your question. Repeat it. You are asking about something grand. Yeah, if you know how to build OLAP, if you know the process of building OLAP, you can directly do it. If you have Oracle 11G installation, you can do it, not a problem. Now, we are discussing about Oracle 12c. Oracle 12c. What is 12c? It look like this. It is a big database. It is like a big database, means you have more storage area. So I purchased 12c. The database name, commonly the database name is CDB, common database in my business. And I have actually three branches. So I can maintain data for the three branches. See, reserve some space for the branch 1 data. Reserve some space for branch 1 data. Similarly, reserve some space for branch 2 data. This is branch 2. And reserve some space for branch 3 data. Okay. These branch level databases are known as PDB 1 and similarly PDB 2 and similarly PDB 3, PDB 1, PDB 2, PDB 3. This is called as pluggable databases. So from where data is coming into this database? From the business 1. This is business application. This is business application. And from here, another business application. Next, one more business application. These are called as business applications. This is called as cloud technology. That is known as cloud technology. Remember, just you need to find out the difference between these two. Sir, what is the benefit in 12c? See here, how many databases you are purchasing here? 3 databases. But here, how many databases you are purchasing? Only one database server. First point. Second point, communication between server to server. It will send request to grid. Grid will provide communication with the target server. Only through grid they will be communicate. Communication will take long time. Here all servers are available at one place, so communication will take less time. Communication will take less time here. And one more point. Here we have one level of security. Here we have one level of security. And here you have another level of security. The first level of security, yes, exactly, the Dhananjay. The first level of security, that is CDB DBA, database administrator. Here PDB DBA and the remaining people under local databases. These are called as pluggable databases. Okay. So under local database, who is working? Developers. And what are these things? What are these things? Business applications. Business applications is nothing but web pages. Don't worry about it. Web pages. Sir, what are the benefits under 12C? Let me explain again. Here you are maintaining multiple servers, but here you are maintaining single server. So instead of purchasing 4 systems, you are purchasing only 1 system. Cost is reducing. Second point, multi levels of security. Here only one level of DBA, but here you are having 2 levels of DBA, multi levels of security. Third point, communication will take long time here, but here communication will take less time. And also, if you make changes here, the changes immediately available to local databases. The changes immediately available to local databases. Almost 5 advantages. Cost is reducing, communication is fast, changes are dynamic, more levels of security. More levels of security. See, this is my explanation, personal explanation, but let me show you one of the diagram released by Oracle company. One of the diagram released by Oracle company. If you watch this diagram, then it is very easy to understand to you. Everybody watch this diagram, guys. See, whatever the diagram I explained to you, the same diagram. So these are called as business applications. 2 levels of admins. He is a local user. These are called as local databases, branch level databases. This is like a common database or data warehouse also. Common database or data warehouse. And this type of architecture is called as multi-tenant architecture. Multi-tenant architecture. What is multi-tenant? Maintaining multiple local databases. Maintaining multiple local databases under one database. That is called as multi-tenant architecture. I hope you understand, guys. Now, coming to our diagram. So what is the name of these databases? What is the name of these databases? Pluggable databases or local databases. Pluggable databases or local databases. What about this? What about this? Common database. Common database. So this is the difference between grid databases as well as cloud databases. Right now, next version is Oracle 18C. After 12C, Oracle 18C. 18C is also known as a cloud database, but it is called as autonomous cloud database. 19C is also autonomous cloud database. Both are same. I have a doubt. Sir, what is the difference between cloud database and autonomous cloud database? Here you need some general knowledge. Actually, to understand this point, you need some general knowledge. I am explaining, try to understand. Generally, Oracle is developing Oracle software. As a customer, I can purchase. I can purchase. So, maintenance of database is responsibility of mine only. I purchased the database server. So I will recruit database experts, developers, as well as database administrators. And then I will maintain my business data. Okay. So if I purchase the database, if I maintain the database myself, that is called as autonomous cloud database. You are purchasing database, but maintenance of database you are giving to third party. If you are giving maintenance of your business database giving to third party, generally one of the most popular third party company which is maintaining online databases is nothing but Amazon. Amazon is the world famous and first company to maintain the databases. After that, Oracle coming into picture. Amazon is providing service only. From the Amazon, there is no database. Don't misunderstand, okay? So whereas nowadays, Oracle is also providing that maintenance service. Oracle is selling Oracle database product as well as Oracle is also providing service, maintenance service to its database server. So if you are giving maintenance to third party, that is called as cloud database. If you are purchasing the software and also you are maintaining the software yourself, that is called as autonomous cloud database. So generally 19C, 18C only suitable for very large scale companies, very large scale business people. Okay. So this is the discussion of about what is that role of database in a project, Oracle versions, and what is SQL. SQL, structured query language. It is a language to communicate with database server. That part we will discuss tomorrow. I think time is up. So tomorrow we are going to begin with SQL. Any questions, guys? And now do one thing. Now, please type your mail ID. If anybody attending today, today is the first class. Those people type your mail ID in the chat window so that I will save your mail ID and I will provide video access. Yesterday is the first class. Today is the second class. Yes, I got some mail IDs. I am saving those mail IDs. I will send. Yeah, tell me, David, if you have any questions, then tell me, not a problem. So when we autonomous, for example, a bank can buy 19C and maintain it for itself. Yes, David. Generally, just I am giving one more example to you. See, generally, uh, suppose ICICI Bank is there. ICICI Bank is have in a city. ICICI Bank is having ATM centers. So many ICICI branches, right? So many ICICI bank branches in that city. Who is responsible for the maintenance of ATM? Banks only taking responsibility, or the responsibility given to third party? Every day, all of you well known about ATM. So ATMs also maintained by the corresponding bank or not? Just tell me that answer, then I will explain. I need to understand what is your view on ATM. Actually, please wait, Akshay. See, actually, ATMs, money loading, taking back money, maintenance of ATM, that is given to third party companies. One of the most famous company is CMS. CMS is a company which is responsible for loading money into ATMs. It's a private business actually. CMS is one of the famous company. It is responsible for the maintenance of ATMs. They will take some charge from the bank, but responsibility is taken by CMS. Now, Akshay, what kind of jobs you will get? You will get a job like database developer or Oracle developer or PLSQL developer. All are same. Database developer, Oracle developer, PLSQL developer. All are same. Your role is a database developer. That, yes, Akshay. You can make up to 3.8 years of experience. Okay, right. No, BI developer is different, Purender. It's a different one. You are asking about reporting developer. This is not reporting development course. Okay, guys. Yeah, duration of the course is 2 months. I'm saying maximum time, but just fix it as a 2 months. Every day, same time, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST. Monday to Saturday. No session on Sunday. So we are not discussing about toad data point. In our training, we are learning about SQL Star Plus as well as SQL Developer. SQL Developer is like a toad. SQL Developer is like a toad. It is an interface between developer and database server. Yes, Dhananjay. For the OCP, actually for OCP, you don't need this much of in-depth knowledge. I know that OCP always concentrate on basic principle things, but you should not miss that principles. It's definitely my training is suitable for OCP. No need to do any additional courses for getting OCP. Okay, guys, that's all for today. Thank you, all of you. See you tomorrow. So you will get daily documents and daily video access. Don't worry about videos. Thank you, all of you.